are you?
Hello, I'm good. How are you?
I am so good. Here, let me set you up by my lamp. Look at the nice lighting.
First, got my ring light, got it all going on.
Oh yes, I want to get one of those little phone cases that has like the ring light on it.
Well, I have a portable one. Like you just clip it over your camera on the front.
Oh my gosh, influencer moments.
Love it. Love it. All right, girl, I'm so excited.
Me too.
Okay, so just to get started, you are Molly Grace. Tell us about yourself, who you are as an artist. Just get started and tell us a little bit about yourself.
So hi, my name is Molly Grace. I'm 19 years old. I'm a current student at Belmont University in Nashville, Tennessee, but I am from Lexington, Massachusetts, which is like 25 minutes outside of Boston. I am like a neo soul, jazzy, funky pop artist. Some of my big musical influences are Sammy Ray and the Friends, Lake Street Dive, Lawrence, The Dip, awesome bands like that. Yes. And I write songs. I have been writing songs since I was 10 years old. Okay. But for like the majority of my life, the songs I was writing were like country pop almost. Mm-hmm. And for a while I was like, okay, like not that these songs are bad, but I'm like, this isn't like, I was like having an identity crisis. I was like, these songs are not me. They're not like what I want to put into the world. And so like, basically like, I'd say for like all of high school, like I probably wrote like 2 songs that I was like really like happy with. And even then they still weren't like in the genre that I liked.
Right.
And then I got to Belmont and they're just like, must be something in the water in Nashville, because like the second week I was here, I like wrote a song and I was like, yes. And then since then the inspiration has been flowing.
That's awesome. Love to hear it. Yeah, so you moved from Massachusetts, you said, to Nashville?
Yes.
How was that? Like coming to Belmont, was it everything you dreamed of and more? Or do you miss home? Do you think you'll stay here?
I knew I wanted to go to Belmont from like sophomore year. Mm-hmm. I like found it on like niche. Yeah. I don't know, like one of those little college search websites. Yeah. And I had never been to Nashville and I had like really high expectations. And I was like, I was so scared that I was going to get here and then it was just going to like underwhelm me. But I absolutely love Belmont, especially since coming here. A lot of my friends are songwriters and mm-hmm. are just like creatives in general. Like, right. Even if you're not a musician, like in order to go here, you gotta love music or else you'll go crazy.
Sure. For sure.
So, yeah. Yes. So I just feel really inspired all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I love Boston.
For that, for sure.
Yes. I love Boston. I think it's such a great city. I do see myself staying in Nashville for a very long time, but mm-hmm. obviously my family's in Boston. Right. I love the city. I love the sports.
Yes, for sure. I've only been to Boston once, but loved it. It was cool. So yeah. Okay, so you were talking about how the first few songs you wrote were more of like country pop. What exactly? I mean, I know you said like it didn't feel right to you, so just kind of like experimenting and stuff. Like, how did you get to find your niche and your sound?
Yeah, so I did a cappella in high school. Okay. And the a cappella program at my high school was very much like such a little cliquey, like we were all like friends and we all listened to the same music. And so in high school, well, first of all, the songs I wrote when I was younger were more like songs about like going to the beach with your friends or like things like that. So I kind of felt like I was like growing out of them. Like, right. It felt like I was like too old to be singing like songs like that, you know? Right. And so we would all like listen to the same like music. Like people would like discover these like little niche artists and we'd all like obsess over them and like sing them in our groups, sing their songs in our groups. And so these people are by no means niche, but like people like Jacob Collier, like mm-hmm. all Wolfpack, like those bands, like yes. all the people in like the music community in my school really were into them. Mm-hmm. And so when I like discovered that music, I was like, oh, I love this. And I knew I wanted to write songs like that, mm-hmm. but I just like wasn't able to. Like I would sit down and like try to write one, but like it just didn't come. And then finally, when I got to Belmont, it did.
Yeah, for sure. That's super cool. I love learning about other people and their artistry because I'm probably about as, basic as it can get. I'm not like jazz soul singer, but love the art, appreciate it. Okay, so more about your background. What made you want to become an artist and a singer? Like, have you been doing that your whole life? I know you said you did a cappella in high school, but like, did you start out young, choir, anything like that? Or was it just like one day, like, I want to sing and then for it?
Yeah, so I come from a very musical family. My people in my family like aren't musicians. I mean, my dad was like in a band in high school, but like my family loves music. My dear mother can't sing a note to save her life, but we're always listening to music in the house, in the car. My grandpa on my mom's side was like a singer in a doo-wop band in the 50s. He was like a one-hit wonder. So I always like grew up around music, and I always like was singing just around the house. I always loved it. When I was like 7 or 8, I did my first like play. I did musical theater.
Okay.
And so I feel very fortunate because the community I grew up in Massachusetts was like had a very well funded arts program, and like they put a big emphasis on it. So I just like I grew up having amazing opportunities like with choir and a cappella, and I did musical theater, and I did like improv troupe. So I just had a lot of opportunities, and I feel really lucky that I had those.
Yeah.
And so that was like my kind of ensemble-y stuff. But yeah, I got my first guitar when I was 10, and then I basically learned G, D, E minor, C, and like started writing songs. Yes, that's all you need.
All you need is chords. You got it.
Yes. And then I was like a little like local celeb in my like little town, and I would play at like farmers markets and like little tree lightings and things like that. Oh, and as far as like how did I know this was my path, I kind of have just like never thought otherwise. Like people are always like, oh, like what's your backup plan? And I'm like, oh.
I haven't thought about that yet.
I'm like, oh, like I was just thought this was the plan. And like I couldn't see myself doing literally anything else. So
yeah. And I think, that's kind of just how it is as a musician. You just gotta dream big, and you just kind of gotta go for it. I feel like the people that make it, they didn't have backup plans. They just gave it all. So yeah, I mean, that sounds awesome. And who knows, maybe in a couple of years, I'll just be like, oh my gosh, that girl, Molly Grace, big now. I got to know her before, so y'all get on it. All right, so you also recently released your first debut single, Here I Am. So tell me about the creative process for the song. Like, what was your inspiration for writing it, and what made you want that to be your first single?
Yes, love talking about it. So a lot of my music is like that very like jazzy, soulful kind of style, and I was thinking like kind of about the songs I had written. A lot of them are very like coffee shop vibes.
Yeah.
So I sat down, this was over winter break, and I was like, I want to write like an upbeat song. Like I don't really have any like kickers in my set, and so I did sit down with that intention, and I kind of just like started like playing with this chord progression, and then was just like started like, you just like kind of like start spitting out lyrics, whatever comes out of your mouth. And I was like, oh, I kind of want to write like this like moving on breakup song, but not like a mean one.
Yeah.
So a little bit of a funny story is my last boyfriend, when we broke up, and I think this is just the funniest thing ever, as we were like leaving the breakup scene, he was like, hey, don't Taylor Swift me, like don't write songs about me. And I was like, here's the thing, I will, but I won't say anything back. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna write a breakup song, but it's gonna be like about me. And it's gonna be like anthem, happy growth song. And so then Here I Am just kind of like popped out, and I performed it at the Bluebird Cafe's virtual open mic night.
Oh, wow.
which sounds super fancy. I was just like really fast signing up. I just was really fast signing up for that little slot. But I performed that there and it was well received. And I was like, this song, I feel like is just very like representative of my personality and my style of music. And I was like, I also the name, like here I am. I was like, I want this to be the first one out.
For sure. I would say, yeah, that's a great debut title. Here I am, the one and only.
Here she is.
Yes. I love that so much. Honestly, I think some of the best breakup songs are just the ones about like yourself moving on and
Yes.
all that stuff. Like not just even bashing the other person because it's just like not even worth the time, you know?
Yes.
But that's so funny. I feel like every boy ever, like that's a boyfriend that's dating an artist is like, oh, don't Taylor Swift me, don't write a song about, but we all do it.
And I'm like, Taylor Swift just won record of the year. I will.
I'm gonna say, I mean, she's definitely like a billionaire. She's living her life. So I think I might Taylor Swift you, you know?
Yes.
I live that life, man. All right. So given that, and yeah, you've already had some success on your song, like a couple thousand streams. That's great. I mean, it's, you got to start somewhere, you know?
Yes.
A couple thousand, and then soon enough, it'll be 1 million. So that's pretty cool. Based on this, where do you see yourself in 5 to 10 years, or where do you want to be?
Ooh, okay. So my like dream, I guess, like the artists that I idolize, what I like about them is that they're not necessarily like gigantic artists like selling out stadium tours, but like they just tour and they have like awesome fan bases that just like love their music and like show up for them.
Yeah.
So hopefully I want to be like touring and playing my music. I would love to like get a band together one day. Like I love the sound of a full band. And so hopefully in 5 years I'll be like opening for like some of those people or like touring around, playing, gigging. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the dream.
Yeah, I mean, once live music comes back, praise the Lord. Please.
Yes. Oh my gosh, can't wait.
Dying a little bit on the inside.
I know, I'm like, oh.
Okay, yeah, that's awesome. And you know what? I hope to see you doing that in 5 to 10 years too.
Thank you.
So yeah, of course. I know you said you didn't have a backup plan, but what are you majoring in here at Belmont?
I am a commercial voice major, so my major is music, but I have not a minor, we call them like an emphasis. I have an emphasis in music business. And I'm actually like throughout the process of Here I Am, like I did a lot of research on like marketing and promoting and like how obviously I'm an independent musician, so I was like trying to figure out how to promote my own music, and I really enjoyed doing that. So if I were to like get involved in the music business in any way, I feel like I would love to be involved in like marketing, promotions. That stuff is really fun to me.
It honestly is. I don't market directly for artists, but I am a social media manager, and so I've done marketing promotion stuff for a couple years now, and it really is fun. It's just like, well, I can post on social media anyway, so I might as well get paid for it.
Yes.
But it's cool. Yeah, I just asked because I personally am an artist, singer-songwriter too. And it's hard to make it in this industry. Growing up, I mean, my dad's in the music industry as well. And growing up watching that, it's hard. Definitely, music industry. And my parents were the ones that were like, you need to have a backup plan. So I was like, Belmont.
They like know how hard it is. Yeah.
Yes. Because I originally was going to go in as a commercial voice major, and then I was like, oh, like maybe I should like get something else. And so then I went into music business. Honestly, love it. Like if there's anything that you just find in the music business and you just like, it's just so cool. Like I love Belmont. Can't thank it enough for all that I've learned. So yeah, I mean, definitely there's more things to learn about in the industry. I definitely suggest like researching more, especially as an artist.
It's so interesting, and there's so much more than you like think there is. I
Oh,
can't wait to start
yeah.
taking my music business classes.
Yeah, for sure. Publishing, like copyright, like there's
So
just so
interesting.
much. So much. Um, yeah, so that's super cool. Love it. Um, just some other fun random questions to get to know you as a person. Now that we've talked artistry, oh, this one is always a favorite of mine to ask. What is your zodiac sign, and do you think it accurately fits and describes you?
Girl, I love astrology. I've been waiting for this one. Okay, so I am a Sagittarius sun, a Virgo moon, and a Gemini rising. And I like very much relate to all of these things. So I'll give a little spiel on each. Sagittarius sun is like your optimistic, confident, funny, free-spirited, outgoing. And I like very much resonate with like being a Sagittarius. All the Sagittarius memes, they really hit. But one thing about I feel like Sagittariuses are very like, oh, like you can never stay in one place. Mm-hmm. And I can stay in one place. I mean, I definitely love to adventure, but I think my Virgo moon, my little earth sign there, keeps me grounded. Mm-hmm. Virgos find comfort in organization, which is definitely me. Like when my room is messy, I'm like, what is going on? That on a personal level. Yes. And then Gemini risings are just like people who come off as like chatty, outgoing, like can get along with a bunch of like different people because, you know, the twins. Mm-hmm. And I feel like I relate to all of that.
Love it. I need to look more into this now because I don't remember my.
Oh yes.
I remember I did it once and it's different than my like sun, I guess.
Yes. What's your sun?
Leo.
Queen. Us with the fire signs. I always get mistaken for a Leo. I mean, my hair is wet right now.
I thought you were gonna say that, and I was about to be like,
because I have like the big curly hair, and it's like Leos are known for like their hair. I feel like usually.
Mine's just a mess.
But you have like thick blonde hair. You know, I feel like that's like Leos.
I feel like Leos always get a bad rep. People are just like, oh, like you're gonna be arrogant and cocky. I'm like, I'm really not though.
I feel like Leos are like just like fire signs in general. Like it's either like beautiful, harmonious, or like butting heads. But I like Leos. I think Leos are funny.
I try to be like definitely the like life of the party like needs the attention. That's definitely me. I will like. Yes, I mean, loves to have the.
And I'll do it again.
Here I am. But yeah, I definitely wouldn't say that I'm like, because sometimes Leos can be just like selfish and self-centered, and I'm like, I feel like it's definitely not me. Like, I love having other people, love caring for other people. Just like,
yeah. Yes, definitely like do a little co-star. A little cafe astrology is a good website and look into it. It's so fun. I just love reading about it.
I love reading about it too, learning about it. It's so cool. Okay. Ooh, what is your favorite all-time movie or TV show?
Oh, I love Sex and the City. My favorite, just like I have a poster on my wall right here. But it's just one of my favorites. I actually started watching it like my senior year of high school, and now I just like watch it all the time. I think it is a Bible for young women.
Yes. Honestly, I haven't seen that much of it, but the general idea. But I feel like
it's so good.
There's a lot of things that I like want to watch and just don't have the time.
I know. I have like a long list of like Netflix things.
I know. Just keeps going. Maybe someday I'll get on to that. Okay, I'm just coming up with this one on the fly. If you could tell yourself, your younger self, maybe like 5-10 years ago something, what would you tell them?
Oh, that's a really sweet question. Oh my gosh. Okay, I feel like I would tell her that like I feel like as women, like we're so prone to this, especially that like whenever we get an accomplishment, like to try and like be smaller, you know, to like just like make people feel like comfortable, not step on anyone's toes. But I feel like I would just like tell my younger self that like it's okay to like be good at things, and it's okay to like have something you love and like just like shine. It's okay to just like enjoy your accomplishments.
Yes, for sure. Honestly, there's so many things I would tell my younger self. Like,
No.
not as big as it seems.
I know.
I feel like I would do that all the time. Stress about something, and then it's like, oh, you
And
forget.
now I laugh about it.
That's like me right now, trying to graduate. Stress in a year.
During COVID college. Oh.
In a year, am I gonna remember this? Probably not. Oh, okay. So when you aren't working on music, what is something you like to do in your free time?
Ooh, I just like love hanging out with my friends. I love to like just drive around in the car and like listen to Taylor Swift with my friends and scream it out loud. I really love being outside. I love like the beach. Where I live in Lexington, it's right next to Concord, which is like where Walden Pond is.
Yeah.
The Walden Pond. So I go there with my friends. I also love going to like new towns, like
Right.
town centers, coffee shops, and just like finding new places. I love just like doing all that stuff.
Oh yeah, 100%. Okay, if you could live anywhere in the world or visit, but I was gonna go with live. Where would you like to visit or live?
Oh my gosh, that's such a hard one. I love Nashville. I do love Nashville.
I know.
I'm trying to think somewhere like international.
Mm-hmm.
Let's think.
My mind just always goes to like tropical warm places first. I'm like,
yes, or like I feel like I would love to be in like Greece, like on the islands. I also would love I want to see like Asia, and like
yeah,
I actually have been to Japan once and I want to go back.
That's
yes.
crazy.
So I like love the culture over there. I feel like that would be a really cool place to visit, live for a second.
Honestly, I would probably love to visit or live in New Zealand.
Ooh, I've heard like wonderful things about New Zealand.
Or Iceland. That's
like just like cool, like different places. I obviously want to go to Europe, but I feel like Europe is a basic answer. So I wanted to give something like out of the box.
Yes. I love it. I've never been to Europe, but really want to travel. So that's what I'm looking to do after I graduate.
Yeah. Us like in a pandemic, we're like, let's travel.
Yeah, no, middle of the pandemic. Whatever, let's go. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm not traveling to this. For everyone watching, don't worry. Safe. Okay. Ooh, kind of a similar one. If you could trade places with anyone for a day, who would it be?
Ooh. That is such a good question. Okay.
This is just like I think about. I'm like, ooh, if I could be anybody for a day, I would 100% be Ariana Grande.
Oh my gosh.
Like just live her life for a day?
What like does she like what does she do when she wakes up? She just wakes up and she's like, yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm me. What a life to live.
She's like, good morning, I'm Ariana Grande. Okay. I think I would want to do like, okay, so I told you I did improv in high school.
Yes.
Which I love stand-up comedy. I love all that stuff. I feel like I would love to like be like an SNL cast member for a day or something.
That would be fun.
That would be so fun, I think.
That would be fun and cool. Oh man, that was a good answer. I like that answer.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, probably about 2 more questions for you. I just had it. Oh, okay. What's your favorite thing that you've learned so far at Belmont? It can be a favorite class or just like something a professor said, a lesson you learned on your own.
Ooh, oh my gosh, so much.
Yeah.
I feel like just like the here I am process of release, I have learned so much. And like I'm like that has been so fun to learn about like what is an electronic press kit, or like what are like these like what is a PRO, like what are like just all of these different things that go into like releasing music. I feel like that has been super interesting to learn about. Also I'm learning how to part write in theory, and I'm still working on that. Kind of struggling with it right now, but maybe one day I'll be able to say that I learned part writing. Tonal harmony.
I took AP music theory like junior year of high school.
So hard.
Not for me.
I have like such a great teacher though, and my class is funny, but like it's so hard.
The theory itself is interesting and has definitely helped me a lot, like writing music and just like music, all that, but part writing, like, what is it called? Ear training? No, can't do it. Can't do it. And just like listen to a song and tell me the like measure of it. I'm like 4/4.
I'm like, I don't know.
Everything's 4/4 to me. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. All right, before I let you go and we end this interview, get ready for your blog post tomorrow.
Oh my gosh, this is so fun.
For those watching, it'll be today. It'll be linked below. Check it out. Do you have any words of advice just from your own experience or things you've learned for those who are pursuing a career in the music industry?
Ooh,
artist.
I would say like, okay, I do. I feel like it's so easy to just like hold yourself back and be like, oh, like I can't release music yet because I don't have this, or like I'm not here yet. And like, yes, it's good to like release when you're ready, but I also feel like don't be in your own way. Like you can get things done. I also think that like the music industry right now, like with like TikTok and social media and just like everything can be done like online and by yourself. Like you can teach yourself everything, and so there's like you can do it by yourself. Like you just gotta like it's so set up for independent artists right now, so there's like no better time to just like get on it and start working.
Right. I would say at least one thing this pandemic has brought is some pretty good music and from like discovered people.
Yes.
There's just been so many people that have blown up on TikTok with their songs. And honestly, I just love it because I'm that person that's like, you know, you see these big acts and they're like, yeah, like some of them do have great talent, but I feel like at least these days in the modern society, like you don't need talent necessarily to make it. If it's more about your marketability as like a brand.
Yeah.
And so like you just, you know, on shows like American Idol or literally and just walking down the street, like you'll hear people and you're like, there's so many talented people that deserve to make it. And I just that TikTok is doing that. I'm like, yes.
Yeah, it's like
has like never been heard of before, but is super talented. Yes, they deserve their time. This is their time.
You see like good things happen to good people and you're like, yes.
Like, yes, this is what I want for the world. Love it. Love to see it.
Yeah.
Just want to help everyone else's dreams come true, you know?
Yeah.
Well, thank you for helping my current graduating come true.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much for interviewing me. This was so much fun.
Of course, yes. Loved interviewing you, getting to know you as an artist, as a person. Super excited to have your blog out tomorrow.
Yay! Oh my god, can't wait.
Well, for those of you who are watching it, it is now out. So click the link below and I will also link to Molly's music. Listen to her single, Here I Am. It is great. You'll love it. Thank you so much, Molly, for joining us.
Thank you.
Music, and I'll see you next time.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much.
Of course. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.